Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I am the Soul Leader. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I want to encourage you all to go back to your first love, to the beginning, to the beginning. And what I mean by going back to your first love is going back to God. Now, when I went back to God, right, that's when doors started opening, like not actual doors from other people, but the places where I left off in my life, the things that I'm good at, the things that I love to do started to come to me, right? And I noticed like when you do that, let me use this as a better example. So one of my first love is being a cosmetologist. Um, a lot of things I said I wanted to be when I was a child, I realized that I have already become it, and I'm becoming some of those things, right? My first love has always been doing hair. It's a talent that I've always been gifted with, and I went to school for it, but I walked away from it, not living in my truth. And I regretted it. And now that I'm being encouraged to get back into it, not only that, but everything that I'm talented and gifted with. Um, and I encourage you to go back to your first love. And my other first love was doing this. Like what I'm doing now, I usually always done it on paper, but now I get to use my voice on a platform that I've been encouraged by God to make, and not only just speak, but I get to use the things that I write down, the things that the Lord shared with me, and things that I've already written before I even like completely went through with this journey with you all. Because I really care about people's souls growth. That means more to me than anything, and spreading love on the earth means more to me than anything. That's why I was willing to walk away from my relationship with other people and things that made me no good to do this. This brings me more peace than connecting with my past. Let's say that. Um, this brings me closer to God than staying stuck in the past. So if you go back better and evolve. So what I mean by that is like, say for instance, what I've done in my past, yes, I've pursued being in a salon and stuff like that, but I think about how I was. I used to be on the phone while I'm doing my client's hair. I used to make appointments and not show up. I was a ghetto hot mess, but people still came to me. And after going to school and obtaining a lot of knowledge about business and hair and all the things that I know, that's why I never went back to it if I wasn't going to come back to it better than how I began. And one thing I will tell you is to apply the knowledge that you obtain and ask yourself, what did you learn from things unrelated? Meaning, I can use the job that I have, other jobs that I had, school and other schooling and other things that I went through, and apply it with hair. The same way how I can still use cosmetology school. That it helps me with this channel as well. I see how many things connect. So that's why I said, what did you learn from things unrelated? Like say like if that's something you love to do and you walked away from it for a while, what were you doing in that meantime that help you out in areas of your life that you can use when going back to these things that you first loved? How can you use it in your daily life? See, I didn't even read that sentence at first, but I was getting to that point. How can you use it in your daily life, those things that you learned? Now, the things that I've learned, they were some pretty tough lessons, but I also see how all my talents all can combine into one. It's been a long time coming. So remember when you enjoyed that love, just because of what or who it was. Remember how joyful. Like for instance, I remember before I even went to hair school, when me doing hair was never for the money. I've always been passionate about doing hair. I used to even just do it for free sometimes. Sometimes I used to do it for food stamps. Like my friend mother used to pay me with food stamps. It ain't funny, but when you young and it's not much that you need You do stuff, but it wasn't. I mean, some people might laugh at that, but for me, back then, given the situations I was in, that meant a lot because even though that person didn't have much either, um, I would have rather had food than nothing at all at that time. But now I wouldn't do that. I'm not taking no stamps for anything. Money cannot buy who or what it is or the love that you have for that thing. Like money cannot buy me. I'm so like this is my birthright. Like I literally watch people try to talk me out of it. And I went to hair school and I got my license, and after I did that, those same people who tried to talk me out of it even did the same thing. Like I watch in my life, so every time when I think about the past, I watch how many times I would do something, wear something, or say something, and somebody else, like I seen, all right, for instance, let me make this clear, because this is not copying anybody else. I watch Stephanie Smith's YouTube channel. I encourage you all to watch her too. She's very gifted, and I want to call her a prophetess or give her any names because I don't think that she would want anybody to call her those things either, because she's doing the work of the Lord. And she pointed out today that very thing, and I knew that message was about me because I've been noticing that a lot lately more too. And she was speaking on how people will not give you credit for things and they'll use what they learned from you or mimic you. And it's like I literally to this day see people copying and trying to take my birthright, but it's still happening for me because you cannot imitate, you cannot be somebody else. Like you are you and I am me. Nobody can be you better than you. And so that's what I mean by money cannot buy that, your authenticity. What I'm saying is like it may be people who might know that you do something and might have not ever really been into it, but doing it because they know you do it, and they might be doing well doing it. But don't be dismayed because they doing the same thing too, because there's plenty of room out here for everybody to eat. So don't think you're the only one. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is when somebody is passionate about something and somebody else is copying what they're doing and trying to imitate it, it's not going to come out the same way. And that was the point that Stephanie was trying to make. It was like those who know will clearly see who's the real one from the fake one, right? Everything I do is with intention. Like I can't be fake. I'm not even going to say that word because I don't like to speak those type of things into existence, but I can't be fake. I think the day that I got to be fake, I got to roll over. I can't. Like moments in my past when I realized like I had to bite my tongue and be fake, I exploded because I couldn't. Like, no, if I really don't like somebody, I don't like you. Like I'll respect you, but I'm not going to sit, like I could be around people I can now. Like I could be around people I don't like. It's always people who may not like me and my presence bother them. You should be able to still coexist whether you like somebody's personality or not. Just because you don't like a person don't mean disrespect them, right? So go back and pay a visit to your first love. Get back into it. Cause I remember when I was in my mental blockage and in my depression, I couldn't write. I couldn't think of anything, like I have so much to put on this channel, like so many things to edit that I haven't even been editing. So it's not like I haven't worked at all. I have been working behind the scenes, but I didn't feel a need to rush and put something out there just so somebody can be fed something. No, like God says, it's a time and place for everything. And it wasn't the time to put out any of those messages. It wasn't the time to even say this, because most of the things that I post have already been written. It's already been done. It's more of executing and having the confidence to get it to you all. So beautiful souls, with that being said, peace and blessings until next time. I pray that this was helpful to you. Let me help you, and together we can help one another. Peace and blessings.